Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the LEGO Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no minifigure has gone before. What's up, everybody?
Misa back!
Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Will, and I'm back, y'all. For those of you who didn't know, I was actually in the process of a move. My last video was in sometime back in November, if I recall, November or early December. I am now fully moved and ready to get back to the channel. There are going to be a lot of changes coming this year, but I will get into those in my 2-year anniversary video. Today, I just wanted to start us off with some news that I never believed I would be bringing to you all. That, of course, being LEGO Star Trek. Now, for those of you who don't know, I love Star Wars, but I grew up on Star Trek. Nothing made me happier than to watch Captain Kirk, Captain Picard, Captain Sisko, Captain Janeway, and Captain Archer. That's the Star Trek I grew up with. And ever since I became a LEGO fan, I wanted one thing: Star Trek. But Star Trek was held by so many other licenses, and the chances of us getting that was thin to none. And then all of a sudden, we get late last year news from one reliable source that we were getting a LEGO Star Trek set. And I got excited because it was a reliable source, someone who's gotten things right before. What didn't prepare me for was when someone else reliable said we were getting a Star Trek set. And then someone else, and before we knew it, we're getting a Star Trek set, at least if all these reliable sources are to be believed. Once again, of course, take it with a grain of salt, but the fact that we have multiple different people now collaborating and saying that this is happening, I mean, I'm inclined to believe this is happening. But let's get into the news here. So set number 10356, Star Trek USS Enterprise D. That's right, Enterprise D, not the original NCC 170 Enterprise with Captain Kirk. We're getting the Star Trek Next Generation Enterprise. And if you're confused by all this, I think they're playing safe with this one. Not saying the original Enterprise couldn't be capable of being a huge first set, but I also want to remind you that next year, I think, marks if I recall, it's the 60th or 70th anniversary of Star Trek. Hold on a second. All right, after a quick Google search, I have determined that Star Trek will be turning 60 in 2026, which is, of course, next year. So my personal theory is they're going the safe route with their first ever Star Trek set with the USS Enterprise D from the Next Generation. And then next year, for the 60th anniversary of Star Trek, they'll go with the original series with Captain Kirk, the original Enterprise, Spock, McCoy, and the rest. But that's just a theory, of course. Alright, so let's get into the actual news on the set itself. Set number 10356, Star Trek USS Enterprise D. The set is rumored to have 3,600 pieces, and while we don't have a price yet, my guess will be around 350 to 400. We do have a release date. It is said to be the Black Friday set of 2025, so that means the set will be releasing November 28th. Now, as for the minifigure selection, we actually have that. And this entire picture is the entire cast of LEGO minifigures we would be getting, starting, of course, with Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Commander William T. Riker, then we would have Lieutenant Commander Worf, then we would have Lieutenant Geordi LaForge, then we would have Lieutenant Commander Data, then we have Dr. Crusher, then we have Ensign Wesley Crusher, then of course we would have Counselor Troy, and then finally we would have Guinan. So all in all, a very amazing selection of minifigures, basically the entire main crew, who lasted nearly the entire series, with Guinan coming in Season 2 instead of Season 1. And then of course Wesley Crusher leaving here and there, especially at the end of Season 4, but he makes scattered appearances in the further seasons. Moving on, of course, that is actually all the news we currently have. With the set releasing November 28th, it is still a long while away, so a lot of waiting and suspense to figure out whether or not these rumors are true. But that being said, that's alright. The fact that there's even a concrete rumor that there is LEGO Star Trek gets me super excited, and I certainly hope the rest of you are excited as well. And as a reminder, being a huge Star Trek fan and Lord of the Rings fan, if you're a fan of both of those in LEGO form, this is definitely the channel to subscribe to, as I will definitely be keeping track of both themes, or icons themes, I guess, because They're not actual themes, they're icon sets, but you know, details. Alright, that's it! Of course, hopefully 2026 will bring us with the 60th anniversary of Star Trek, the USS Enterprise, and I also think there's a chance there could be a minifigure series next year for the 60th anniversary, because we are missing some Next Generation characters, in particular Q, who is one of their most important villains. I think Q is a very much a necessity. Then, of course, we could also have Tasha Yar and Dr. Pulaski, two other main characters from their earlier seasons who didn't last until after Season 2. That being said, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments section what potential future Star Trek sets you want to see. I definitely want to tell you all mine, but I think I'm going to make that a future video. So in the meantime, if you enjoyed the content and definitely want to see that video, be sure to leave a like, hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to share this video out there. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.